In today's video, I'm out exploring another small area that I've been meaning to have a look at along the Segura River. Some of it I've seen before, some of it is going to be brand new. Looks like there might be some trees and that around there that might throw up some interesting opportunities. And we've got some quite nice clouds, some dark, some light, some gaps. You never know what that might enable us to get. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do, and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. You may have noticed I'm not doing a lot of sunrises and sunsets at the moment. And probably the reason for that is I just don't feel like doing them. I kind of feel like taking advantage of the daytime conditions while I can, because it won't be long, another couple of months, and it will be getting too warm to be out in the daytime, and all I want to do is go out early in the morning because that's the only time it will be cool enough to be out. And on a day like today, when we've got all these clouds, there's got to be some opportunities, either using the clouds as, you know, some kind of feature in the scene, or perhaps using the kind of light conditions that you get with this, you know, maybe a little bit flatter light to shoot some scenes that maybe wouldn't be possible otherwise. We're walking up the Segura River and we'll see what we can find. A metal bridge going across here, trees behind it, there's a building over there, there's all kind of foliage down in the river area here. You can't actually see the river because the river's sort of down below and it's quite small. But I'm kind of thinking that a shot up there with some nice clouds in would look quite good. But I've got to wait for the sun to disappear back behind the clouds again, because I'm going to be shooting towards it and it'll just blow it out. I was thinking long exposure, but actually with the trees and with all of the foliage, I don't think that's going to work. Nevertheless, I am going to use a tripod for this shot because I'm probably going to want to bracket exposures, because the sky will still be a lot brighter than the foreground. In fact, it's going to be very bright because that sun is getting really strong now. Okay, I only bought a lightweight tripod today because I'm doing a fair bit of walking. So the way I'm setting this up, I've got the structure of the bridge comes in from the right hand side of the frame. There's a post here that I don't want in here. I don't want the wall in front of me in here. This comes across, there's all the trees, and there's a building over the back there which is part of like like a historical park, I think, which is the reason you can't go across this bridge, because it's closed up at the moment. I'm just waiting for the sun to hopefully go behind the clouds, because at the moment it's too bright, and I am going to need to bracket this shot to get detail in both the foreground and the sky, even when the sun goes in behind the clouds, which it's doing now. Okay, so I've got it on black and white profile. I think it might look quite interesting. 1/100th of a second for the shadow detail. And then we'll do one at a 200th of a second. And then another one at a 400th of a second. That might look all right. Nice sky. There's another one of the metal bridges down there, which hopefully I can get across, because I want to get to the other side of the river from where I am now, and then walk down, because there's some stuff down that side that I want to go and have a look at. I have been across this one before, so I'm hoping it's still open. Never know, there might be a shot at this bridge that's better than the one I've already done. Now, I don't think there's anything here. I don't think the background, shooting it from either end, really adds anything. So we'll leave this one and see what else we can find. I've just found an area with quite a lot of trees. Most of them are pines. There's a few sort of odd palm trees scattered around. But I'm just thinking, because there's quite a nice kind of open space behind by the looks of it, with not too much detailing, there might be some opportunities there to get some shots kind of woodland style, even though it's only really like a small area. It looks like there might be a recreation area kind of down that way. But I'm going to take a little wander in and see if there's anything that grabs me to shoot. Okay, I've been wandering around here for quite a long time and I just can't seem to find anything. I have, however, got something here which is not the kind of thing I was really intending to shoot, but there's some quite nice pine cones on some nicely textured branch. And again, I'm thinking potentially black and white and high contrast, so that the branch and the pine cones really stand out and the background drops away. So it's just as easy to shoot this handheld, I think. So I'm going to just change my drive mode away from the 2-second timer and put it onto black and white. Need to make sure that I don't have any of the bright sky coming in. I've just got to wait for the wind to stop blowing. I'm going to try this one. It's all about the shapes of all the little tree trunks coming up and then like the dark canopy over the top and then all the pale patterns in the ground. Now there are some bits of background showing through that I don't particularly like but I can't do anything about that other than if this is going black and white, then what I will probably do is maybe even let the black background blow out a little bit. So in other words, it'll be, you know, high contrast, 16:9 or maybe even a 2:1 crop. And what's really important on this is getting the spacing right on the trees so that they look right. I can't get, you know, everything separated. That's impossible with the way they're laid out. But what I don't want is anything too big coming in from the sides too close. Sometimes the viewfinder is the way to go. Zoom in, zoom out a little bit. It's also making sure that it feels a little bit balanced as well. So I'm working my way back, and I've got back to this metal bridge that I crossed over earlier, and I still can't help but think there must be, or there should be, something I can shoot here. So I'm just going to have a little wander around and see if I can find a composition that works. I think I am going to shoot this. Bridge goes across from the left hand side. There's some buildings, including quite a big one over there, and then some trees behind. I'm going to shoot it handheld because it's going to be really difficult to set the tripod up, I think, because I really need to be as far back as possible to fit it all in. Lots of sky. It's a bit more angle on the bridge, I think. Another small area explored and a few images in the bag, hopefully. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next week, whatever that brings, thank you very much for watching. Bye.